Bean weekend, or Bean,
Yeah,
Bean
in
10
Japan.
days in Japan. We're gonna go on
Japan,
Arsenal
yeah.
cam here, folks. Let's
Arsenal.
see, pretty pink Fennec here.
Arsenal probably the player in NA who does the most without touching the ball. And I don't mean that he never hits the ball. I just mean that when he's not hitting the ball, he's doing more than any other player in the region. Maybe even the world.
Elaborate
Very
on
good
that.
at doing things without doing anything. But what I mean by that is mostly, bumps, demos, just getting into the right position, faking challenges. Not many players in the current threes meta fake challenges, and Arsenal's extremely good. He knows how to pressure and where to be to just prevent the other team from getting a play started. I love watching Arsenal play because he's just always making these little moves that are so intelligent. And he doesn't need to be top of the scoreboard to carry a game.
True. He's very good at selling stuff. Selling his movement, making people freak out. I mean, that super nasty clipped goal that we have from the first split is from Arsenal. Dodging that
where he
demo
just stopped,
and then
right?
just dodging a demo that none of us thought to dodge, and then big air dribble to score it.
Yeah.
It was just beautiful, honestly.
I mean, that's the kind of play I'm talking about because he just drives up to the ball and then he stops. A lot of players would try too hard to fake the opponent there. Arsenal he's just sat there. I mean, that's exactly what I'm talking about. He does so much effortlessly. He's kind of the opposite of Sypical in that way. Arsenal and Sypical have great synergy, and they're longtime teammates now, had lots of success together. But Sypical is, always top of the scoreboard. He's always making really obvious plays that your first-time viewers to Rocket League can appreciate. But Arsenal, you need to really get into Rocket League esports and understand 3v3 to quite a high level before you realize just how good he is. Rettles, I'd say, is a little bit in between. He's also extremely clever, but he's also very, in your face. It's obvious when Rettles is making a play because he's probably going to, demo someone, or he's just going to be making a really big, impact play. No subtlety at all.
Yeah. He's not like an extreme finesse player, that's for sure.
I don't think he wants to be, though. I think he'd rather not be a finesse player. He wants to be in the spotlight.
Arsenal does feel somewhere in between.
Oh,
change speeds.
That was nice. That was very nice. Alpine, I think I said last split that they're a team that I don't really expect to be too much of a threat to the top teams in split 1, but come the end of the year, I think they will be. This is the split where we find out if they're trending towards that, dangerous Alpine at the end of the year or not. If we get a similar sort of result for them, consistently making top 8, but that's it, then they're kind of, I guess we could say they're plateaued and just stuck. But if they can get into the top 4 one of these regional events, if they can consistently get deep runs in the grid, then they're clearly onto something, and moving in the right direction as a team.
Oh man, Arsenal just assaulting that entire team there. This is really too bad that Space Station couldn't make that work because that was some beautiful physical play. Nice touch here from Rettles over to Arsenal for the tippy-tappy into the goal. We love to see this. Percy, no chance there.
Yeah, that was very nice. That was beautiful. Oh, here's a good comment for you, Matt.
Uh-oh.
This is why Johnny Boy sucks. There is so much good Rocket League there, and he just ignores it to talk about Arsenal. That's the stuff you talk about between games. Very annoying. I propose, after reading that comment, I am not one to be stubborn and to, hold grudges. So I propose that we now don't talk about any gameplay at all for the rest of the night, and we only talk about Arsenal.
Hey.
Just to show that I'm reformed.
You've picked the right co-caster. If you want to do that.
Arsenal's an interesting player. I think we probably could talk about him for all 3 series. But we would not run out of content.
We do owe him an anime cast, by the way.
Oh, true.
We told him we would do One Punch Man, but then I was gone the next week.
I watched 3 episodes.
I couldn't handle it. I tried.
How much did you make it into the One Punch Man?
I really don't even remember. It's like an interesting concept. I actually prefer like live action stuff, like live action mangas, manga, whatever the weebage. is.
Mango. He's like a Smash player.
Live action Mango.
I
love Mango at lands. He's great.
Gotcha. I feel like the worst thing about that is when Arsenal suggested that we watch One Punch Man. He was choosing a an anime that would be watchable. He's like, right, I'd rather they watch this one or this one or this one, but they're not going to bother with them. Let's give them a starter anime.
I think
you can't even watch that.
And he chose it because we were trying to get him to choose something appropriate for stream, not some some weird stuff. Some things.
Not that Arsenal watches anything inappropriate.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what he watches, be very proud of him. To be clear. Who knows what he watches, but there, we do have to limit ourselves to certain things on stream, despite Filthy Doc here. There are things we cannot talk about on stream, but, we will try. We'll do our best.
Oh, yes, we will try.
Oh, Arsenal just hunting down Jordan. Punts him up to the roof. One punch style, just chasing Jordan. Look at this. Gets him all the way up.
There you go. I
love
guess
it.
Does that count as the anime cast? You can flip that, send it to Arsenal. You can make it as follow alert on his stream. Actually, that would be a bit much. Follow alert would just be constant. Arsenal farming followers these days. I think Space Station are going to be one of those teams who have grown the most in terms of fan base by the end of the year.
Absolutely.
The guys are just, I mean, Reynolds is such a character. Arsenal is absolutely hilarious, and then Typical tries to avoid cameras and microphones at all costs. So you've got
which makes him so enticing.
Well.
He's got the
mystery.
He's got the cucks effect going on. Absolutely, the cucks effect, the Ocalid effect, all those.
All
those. I mean, cucks was obviously the first super mysterious one, but it's working for all these boys. It's pretty great.
Yeah, Typical should show up to all lands in the future with like a hood and a mask on and just never show his face again. Even though he's been seen at lands before, there's going to be enough new fans coming in that they won't know that. They'll think, wow, this guy's really mysterious. Love the mask dude.
Alpine is turning this thing around.
No, don't suggest this. They can't. Surely Space Station Gaming can't throw this one as well. Surely not. I'm confident that they can hold on here.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. The reason being is because in my head when I said that, I was thinking that Alpine was actually up because for some reason I would apply the orange score to them. So
that would make sense.
We can just ignore that comment, to be honest. I mean, things are trending up for them. They were scoring, but I did get confused.
Higher. That doesn't always mean that it's not always the case that the better individual player will be the better player for any team. Every team needs a different type of player. And who knows? Maybe Taroko is what Rogue have needed all this time. We'll have to wait and see.
Yep, you never know. And we are on Arsenal Cam over here. If you just joined us, I'm doing player cams on my stream, twitch.tv/smellsworthless. Johnny is doing director cam. You can get the same wonderful casting about anything but Rocket League on both channels.
Oh, well. So Typical, he wanted to go for a no-jump wall clear there. Missed it, and there was an advantage to that, and that's that he's not taking himself out of the game. But then he didn't get the best follow-up clear either. So a couple of misplays there, back-to-back for SSG. Those are, not the kind of things you want to be seeing from them. SSG could lose every single series in this group, and I wouldn't really be too bothered depending on what the losses look like. If they just get beaten by 3 teams who are playing very well today, I would still have confidence. I still have faith in SSG bouncing back and producing the goods tomorrow in the playoffs. But yeah, there's definitely a few mistakes here that are causing me to be a little bit concerned with Space Station's performance so far. We saw this from them in split, or in the second regional. Last split, they got a bit too comfortable after Regional 1 victory, and maybe that's happened to them again. I wonder if they've fallen into the same trap.
I can imagine it's hard not to come off that big of a break after a really intense first split without some rust.
Oh yeah,
or just like transitioning back into like sweaty, try hard mode or whatever, because you can't quite recreate that in scrims, right? And these are scrims on the back of probably the most active split that these players have ever had. So it's probably fair to say that there is a bit of you know, rust or just adjusting that needs to be done here. That's a nice shot by Sypical, but even better save there by Ajax. You know, what they have proven, though, these guys have proven before, is that even if they have an off day or say like an off tournament or whatever, they bounce back.
Yeah.
And probably actually motivates them to get a bit of a chip on their shoulder. Oh, Arsenal is just a brutal man here, just demolishing people and bumping everyone he gets his bumper on.
Oh, yeah, what's up, Shonduras? Tuning in for the SSG mission control. Don't worry, it's just a bit of a bad takeoff here. I'm sure we're going to reach the final destination, which is the top of the podium tomorrow. I have no doubt in my mind. Somebody asking, can Johnny Boy be an SSG content creator? I can not as an RLCS caster. No, that would be probably a bit too. You know, too much of a conflict there if you're testing a tournament with all these organizations playing, and you are working for one of the teams that are playing. Yeah, I don't know if that would sit very well with the Rocket League scene. Certainly not something that I'm looking to do. But
exposed.
Luckily, Psionics have been really awesome this year, and they've let all of the casters for RLCS, or lots of them, work with various organizations. It's been an absolute pleasure working with SSG for last split, and
100%.
Looking forward to this one as well. It's just really different. I love the grid because we can get a different, you know, style of gameplay where you know, the players are a bit more laid back and they're trying new things. It's very experimental. We also get, you know, a different style of broadcasting, a different style of casting. It's awesome. So yeah, shout out to SSG. Really top tier org in the Rocket League scene.
Ooh, the passing plays are starting up. SSG taking off. This is mission control, calling this a goal. Did not mean to rhyme, but here we go.
Nice. I like that. Which channel again for player cam? One player cam is twitch.tv/Smellsworthless. King Spectre just posted, or got Nightbot to post his link in the chat. Just give him a click, give him a follow. We do a podcast on Smellsworth's channel every single week. So lots of content to see over there. Oh, what a passing play. Oh, the save though by Wonder Mike. United have got plays at both sides of the field.
Yeah, about that actually. We have not done the podcast yet this week. We can do a guestless podcast and do a Smug 1 recap, perhaps.
Yeah, I think we need
maybe
to do
maybe that
what
AMA.
What ideas?
We could do the AMA.
Yeah, I'll run that by Twitch right now. So guys, what do you think about this? We were thinking about throwing an AMA up on the Rocket League Esports subreddit. And instead of answering the questions in the subreddit, we would pick out the best ones and answer them on the podcast this week. What do you guys think? We can do that this weekend. We do have more grid tomorrow late at night. We might do it before. Should be pretty fun. If you guys do have any questions, just save them for
wow,
the AMA.
What a touch.
Oh, wow, he's still going. Oh! Arsenal, he just couldn't stop himself.
The problem with those plays is, like, you do some weird stuff, you get the ball through, but none of your teammates believe, you know?
Yeah, they're like, there's no way he's got that.
You almost never score them because it's just, like, so improbable that you'd take the ball all the way through like that. All right, Arsenal's on the ball here with 4 seconds left. It's 1-1. That's a scary place to be if you're United, but the savage bump keeps that ball on the ground. We're headed into overtime. Is this our first overtime? This is our first overtime.
Is it? I'm not sure, actually, if we had an overtime in the first series.
It's the first overtime I remember with my aging brain.
I don't remember another overtime. True. So I don't have an overtime that I can tell you about to correct you. He's on X Games. Arsenal's on X Games, somebody says, from this last play. It's true. He's just like constantly bouncing off various surfaces and recovering really quickly. Nobody really knows what's coming next. His teammates are like, yeah, Arsenal's getting tackled. We need to go back to defense. Next thing you know, the ball's centered perfectly. I'm sure that's something Twitch chat can all relate to, when your teammate centers the ball and you just did not believe that he was going to do that. You went back.
How weird is it that there's an X Games title in Rocket League and that there was an X Games tournament?
Yeah.
So bizarre to me.
Pretty cool. I actually, I didn't really know too much about X Games before.
Oh, really?
I looked into it and I was like, oh my, this is not an esports event. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, Tristan's up for this. He's got it. Okay. Space Station Gaming overextend just slightly, and it did not take a long time for United to punish them with a counterattack. How did Rogue sweep EU? EU are looking good today. Oh man, that's funny. But
dumb org, dumb org.
Yeah, Space Station, or rather, Rettel's calling out First Killer's org there for the team names being required. So I don't know exactly what that means.
They must be using some sort of SOS thing like what we were just talking about.
So it just says blue and orange at the top.
Yeah.
You should. It would have been so funny if Rails just wrote something else up there. He's like, no, I will not. That would have been quality if you just named the team something different. Right, he's gone with the request off First Killer.
Actually, yeah, it would have been
the goal there.
I was gonna say it would have been the move, actually, the real true power move to just like, yeah, I don't care if you want that. That would have actually given them an advantage for winning, I bet.
Yeah, you should have put as the team names, your overlay, and then the other team is terrible.
It's trash.
Your overlay is wrong. Just take full control of the lobby.
You're now turning into trash versus overlays. These teams really going at it.
Man, we need to tell Rattles to do that before the next game. Just completely bean the Rogue Streams overlay. Are we allowed to do that, guys? What do you reckon? I think that's a good bit of inter-org banter, if you ask me.
That's what the grid is all about. Grid is all about espionage.
Yeah, that's what the grid's all about. I'm gonna tell him to do it.
Is NRG still stealing our name? Is that still a thing? Or have they changed out of shape?
Still mission control. Type 1 of NRG are still mission control. Did they come up with a unique brand this time? I saw 1. And also 17. I didn't ask anything about 17. They are. Wow. NRG just as unoriginal as they were last split. What a surprise.
Months of unoriginality packed onto months of unoriginality.
They're going for the most unoriginal year of the entire Rocket League calendar. Very impressive. Oh, what another own goal of sorts.
That's a nice pinch, pinchy pinch.
Who was this? Was this Turinturo this time? It was Turinturo. So we've had an own goal from First Killer. Now an own goal from Turinturo. Turoko, step up, man. Where's the third? Where's the full team commitment to the cause?
Hey, Sean Duras, thank you, man. We appreciate you. We appreciate your org. Loving what you're doing. Glad you're having fun hanging out with us. We're just trying to put, we're just trying to make NRG put some respect on your name,
Totally, man. That's what it's all about.
You know what? Leave our space themes alone and stick to whatever global theme you have. I don't know what it is.
Whatever energetic theme they've got.
Yeah. Maybe make some batteries. You guys should just be like Duracell bunnies or something.
Oh, they should. They should totally be just a charger. One of these Tesla electric car chargers. They could have an NRG version of them. That should be their brand. There's plenty. I mean, why do they need to come in and take the space theme? Energy's like a very broad topic. There could be. Oh, nice save there by Reynolds. They could be green energy. I'm sure that would be more sensible from an esports org as well.
They could get David Attenborough on board.
Yeah, there could be some kind of hydro dam system, but for between games, solar powered in the game. Like, come on. Why are we telling Energy? They should be paying us for this kind of consultation. These are some good ideas.
Or just paying us for copyright infringement. wherever you want to start.
Renewable energy, exactly. Yeah, they really should look for some renewable brand ideas. They've gone for recycled here. I mean, it's only you can only get so much effectiveness out of recycling. I saw that on a Netflix documentary, so I know it's true. Right, where's Taroko? He's the next own goal. So just look out anytime Taroko's near the blue goal. Space Station are about to score, thanks to him. We love you, Connor Spikes. He says, I forgot how funny these streams are. I'm glad that somebody is enjoying our
we got one.
different take on Rocket League casting. You know, yeah, I think what we're doing here is making the rest of the Rocket League games that will happen in this split look better by comparison. All the other casts are going to sound so professional. They're going to sound so good because we've lowered the floor of casting in Rocket League.
Lowered the floor. Wow. We've
dug taken
a
sledgehammer, we've smashed the subfloor, and all that's left is the dirty basement. That's where we are.
Dug a basement so you can hang out with your homies and not be bothered by your family upstairs, you know? Is that what we're doing?
That's what it's about, man. And then when you go back to RLCS tomorrow for EU, you're going to be like, man, these guys have gotten so much more professional since yesterday. I don't know what happened. They sound really good for some reason. You're not even going to know why.
You're going to be like, there's a word for every play. Every play has a sentence associated with it, and that is what I want.
You're like, man, I know I can even close my eyes and I still know what's happening. Johnny and Mattercasting, I haven't got a clue.
Johnny and Mattercasting, it's like a movie night.
Nobody said the score in 5 minutes. What game are we in? Oh! Well, Taroko didn't get an own goal, but he's forced one. Didn't quite get the script bang on, but we'll take it. It's close enough.
And Reddles with the booty bump into his own goal.
Is that the technical term?
Yeah, don't want to get too technical on you guys, but that was in fact a real booty bump.
I'm gonna need to go back and watch the YouTube tutorial for that later on. See if any of the Rocket League content creators have claimed that one yet. All right. Well, in other news, Space Station have just handed Rogue their first loss of the day. That's pretty big.
Yep.
Right. Hold on. What should I tell Rettles to change the overlay to? What should it be? We don't want to make them mad. We just want to have a little bit of a joke with them over at the Rogue Central. I'm sure they're great. Who's doing the Rogue stream? They're probably our friends. I don't know who's doing it.
What about like four Kronovi?
Oh man, I think that's a bit too soon. Spaceman's doing it. Okay. Yeah, new server these days after winning. He's got 68 ping. He's like, yeah, 68 ping. You know, I don't think that's good enough. I could probably get 64 and another one. We need to, I need to get out of here.
What's this horrible connection I'm dealing with? You know,
Unreal Spider. That, yeah, like I said though, that is a power move when you win the game and still request a new server. You're like, yeah, we beat you 4-1 on a bad one. Wait till you see us on. Wait till you see Spider on 60 ping. He's gonna be a different beast entirely. You might even have a spine.
Ooh, bro, Bizzlebot with this. This is a nice tag onto the Aeon thing. Fear the near. I don't know if that's a real thing or not, but if it's not, you've done well. Even if if it is a thing, I guess you've done well because I didn't know about it, so it's good to know.
I like it. We'll steal that one for sure. Yeah, is this the game that Space Station get their act together? That's the question for me. D2E, we knew that they were, a dangerous team individually, but we just don't expect them to be showing this much of a consistent threat to a team like Space Station, who are, they're the champions. They're the fall champions for NA, and they've performed so well in so many grids. Top the group, even starting poorly yesterday. And D2E, despite playing some pretty good Rocket League, they lost all 3 of their games yesterday. They lost all 3 matches. Surely this is time for SSG to turn this around.
This is when this type of story does play out. This is often the way it does play out, which is the underdog team plays sort of wild and carefree and beats the or starts winning against the more veteran team, and then the veteran team turns it on and keeps the pressure applied for the whole game, and eventually the underdog team cracks because that's what the veteran teams are good at.
Well, it looks like Spider thought he was playing Chaos right here. Somebody remind him there is no 4th man. He was in charge of defending the goal in that play, and he has failed to do so. Typical puts one in for SSG.
Arsenal fears the near, sees that Aeon's going for that flick, gets up real quick. I did not, man, too many rhymes.
You're doing it more and more, I'm telling you.
I am, and it's not on purpose.
Oh,
Arsenal! This is the keep it weird Arsenal that we need to see. Like, nobody's expecting this.
Oh,
the fake musty.
A little fake, and following it up with a very nice shot to the left of the goal. I love that he managed to surprise the first defender vertically, and then he surprised the second one horizontally, using every axis at his disposal to break the axles of his opponents.
Okay, Arsenal on the wall again. 17 boost, so not crazy dangerous. What a bump, though. Goes aerial and absolutely slaps, what is it, Aeon out of the sky. Yeah.
Beautiful. Arsenal, even with very little boost at his disposal, able to make contact clean with the opponent. And yeah, I guess the answer is pretty clear. Space Station have been informed by Rettles before this game that losing to D2E would be too embarrassing and they need to sort themselves out.
He says, guys, let's not do it. Let's do something else. Let's win.
Oh dear. Astro flipping off the wall, or actually just double jumping off the wall.
Almost the own goal.
It went right between two the D2E players who are both kind of in the prime own goal position. That was the own goal recovery right there, where you're going straight back towards your goal as the ball's about to center. It didn't pan out for SSG. They'll have to settle for 3-0.
All right, Sipkle, ball to the center. It's interrupted by Astro. Doesn't make it to its original destination, which was Arsenal. And Arsenal, bit of a panic there, unless Rebels is telling him you gotta go. Yeah, he did recover nicely.
You see, unless Rettles does call something clear in the comms at that point, Arsenal just has to go for it. He didn't know if there was a defender, or rather if there's an attacking player coming in for the shot behind him. So, it's the third man's job to talk the most in Rocket League Pro level. The third man can usually see more than anybody else in the team. So if he calls that he's got the ball, you trust him. But if he doesn't, then it's a player in Arsenal's position there, well within his right to just go sideways for the play, make sure that it bounces up the wall to safety, just to ensure that nothing drastically bad is going to happen.
Right, Sipkle's advancing here with the ball, gets it around Spider and pass infield to Rettles, but it's just too fast. Rettles maybe a bit too far forward, or a combination of both of those things prevents the goal. Arsenal back off the ceiling. If he had a bit more boost, that might have gone in, but all he does end up doing is distracting Sipkle, who drives too far forward, and this ends up being a goal.
Yeah, Spider making sure that the goal is a little bit bigger for his teammate there. Aeon's initial clear slightly off target. 2 is, so we've had one person ask in Twitch chat, 2 a.m. gang anyone, and then everybody else is telling what time it is where they live. 2 a.m. What time zone would that be? Is that
just 2 ahead?
So that would be Eastern Europe, maybe, if I was to guess. Who was it that said 2 a.m.? We're gonna guess where you're from. Bennett. I'm gonna guess you're tuning in from Finland. Where are you from, buddy? It must be 2 a.m. in Finland right now.
No, I think Finland is 1 a.m., like 1:20 right now. I think it's 1 hour ahead
Eastern Europe time zone?
I think it's 1 hour ahead of Central, but...
Oh, wait, no, 2 a.m. is actually 3 hours ahead of me, more so.
Yeah,
so
2
in fact,
for me.
That'll be... Okay, you must be from Saudi Arabia then, Bennett. I'm going to go one further. KSA, 2 a.m. Maybe. He seems to have just disappeared. I'm very curious, but he's not even here anymore. He's just gone.
Okay, yeah. People are saying 2 a.m. in Saudi Arabia, 5 a.m. in India.
Oh! Beautiful. 2 a.m. in Moscow as well. Saudi is 2 a.m. Yeah, Saudi is definitely 2 a.m. I know that time zone pretty well. So I've had to schedule plenty KSA matches in the past. Not so many from Moscow. No, that's not something that's happened too much in Rocket League just yet. Okay, 4-1. speaking of Moscow, SSG rush into a Game 2 win here.
What does that have to do with Moscow?
I'll just leave it. I don't think I should explain.
Okay.
I don't think it'll make it any better.
Okay. Perfect. Love it. is a good one.
Twitch chat are on it, Matt. They're on it. They're on the ball. It was bad. it was bad.
Okay. It's a pun. A horrible pun. I should have known. I should have known.
You should have known. Yeah, that was pretty bad. What if somebody else is agreeing with you? What does it have to do with Moscow? Yeah, you gotta take your chances, you know? Gotta take your chances. Oh my goodness.
What a pass!
Did the Spider save that? That was actually impressive. And he's gone and scored as well. That's some transition. Probably pretty inconsequential, but look at that.
Oh, really nice recovery there.
Yeah, such a very fast play. To get up and win the race to that ball after not even landing cleanly in the back of the net, you had to just full on accelerate. That was impressive. Is he going to say new server again? What do you reckon? Spider's got 60 ping. He had 64 last time.
Where's Spider from?
He must be from... okay, where do you guys think Spider's from? If he's on a 60 ping US East server, I'm going to guess that he's from possibly Texas. Could be Texas.
Oh yeah, I forgot this was NA. I was like, how can I make another Russia joke?
What's it with Johnny's trying to guess where people are from? I love trying to...
That. We're gonna go on Arsenal cam here.
No, Arsenal cam on twitch.tv/Smellsworth. We'll be on director camera over here as usual. It's game 2 of SSG against the Peeps in the quarter-final for the grid. Still no major upsets, no upsets at all to speak of on the final day of the grid, although Space Station were the team who most narrowly avoided one in the previous round. Oh, wow. That's saved by the bar for AJ and friends early on here.
Arsenal being extremely annoying in the backfield and then also extremely annoying heading back. Bumps into Rettle. Why do I keep saying Rettle?
You do love calling him a single Rettle instead of Rettles. This is
Which would be
interesting.
funny because that would mean his real name is Later.
Oh my goodness, yeah, for those of you who don't know, Rettle's name comes from just reversing his real name Slater, so Later would be brilliant. Oh wow, typical. The cut past two players. The wide open goal as well, but what a save. Gyro just blocking his former teammate Rettles there on the recovery.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a messy defensive display for the Peeps, but you know what? No one scored, so good news. It worked.
Goodness. It's the Kronovi pre-season 1 montage goal where he reads the bounce in slow motion. And everybody, all the streamers tuning in are like, how did he know it was going to bounce up? That was it. But clearly Kronovi was better at it because he used to score those.
Yeah, season 1 Kronovi, pre-season 1, I guess. I don't even know.
Pre-season 1.
Yeah.
That was like pre-anything.
Alpha Kronovi is way better than typical season 1 free-to-play, I guess.
We just had a big defensive collision there for Space Station, but the Peeps are unable to punish it. The crossbar saves SSG. Love that from Arsenal. No dunk from the Peeps on that play.
Yeah, smart to kick that out to the side quickly. Looked like he was going to get beat. Gyro with some last-second heroics there. Keep that ball from going in. And Rettles on the back wall. Doesn't quite get it out there far, but Typical, I guess, had a good speed. Yes.
Wait.
And, okay, barely made it in. It looked like Rettles was going to get it. Rettles with an S was going to get it regardless.
Look at where the cloud is after the goal explosion. That tells you all you need to know about how close we were to missing this. The cloud explosion is halfway out, but still, 1-0 for SSG. The Peeps, I think they felt like they were owed a goal at that point. They came very close off the bar, very close off the post, and they thought, yeah, we deserve a goal at this point. Let's just go all in for it. And they got hit on the counterattack, you know? No composure.
Attempted bump there from Typical.
Oh, there you go! Typical. Nothing attempted about this. Off the back wall. Oof. What's an air roll shot? That is disgusting.
A protractor.
Wow.
Good question in chat. What if Reynolds changed the team name to AJ and Acquaintances? That would be good alliteration. Shit. Yeah, that would be good.
I don't think it fit though.
That is a lot.
They did say that they weren't bothered by being called Rogue, and I love that Reynolds didn't even change it after game 1 of getting it wrong. He's like, yeah, they can be Rogue. Worked well for us yesterday. Beating Rogue again. Typical picking up another one, 3-0. I mean, I told you guys this was going to happen. I think we talked about this in game 4 of the D2E series. How many times have we seen SSG struggle against lower tier competition, then they show up against the big teams? And I would call Peeps one of the big teams these days. Definitely top 8 NA. NA is, you know, got a great top 8 these days. It's not like the top 8s of old where, you know, you'd have 3 good teams and everybody else is irrelevant. No, these are all solid teams in top 8 NA nowadays.
Cleared off to the side. Arsenal reads the bounce, but just doesn't get a very offensive angle on it. AJ finds himself retreating. Reddles pushes forward. Arsenal's on the far post here. Ball doesn't make it over.
I love that positioning from Arsenal either way, though. It's good to, you know, have that spread for SSG, denying clears and providing more offensive options. As long as they communicate, and it's all about that third man communication. As long as the third man in any play, let everybody know where he is. That was beautiful, by the way, by Typical. Faking a clear one way, half flips and follows the ball in the other. Very deceptive. Space Station Gaming confusing the Peeps.
Arsenal's up for this. Good first touch off the ceiling, but this is the follow-up. And it's looking like they're most likely going to hold on to the lead.
Whoa!
No, what?
Not the most conventional defense from SSG, but they've kept the ball out of the net. 3-0 stands, and it might be more. Doesn't look like the Peeps have got anything going for them. SSG are desperate to hold on to this clean sheet. Can they do it?
And what a save by Typical there. That was entirely unexpected. It looks like they're starting to feel themselves a little bit here, Johnny. Like, this is grade 1.
They like playing against the good teams, you know? They just like playing against the top 8. Reynolds hates playing against his list. Oh, what a pre-jump. Typical makes it 4. Perfect goal steal. Was Reynolds' shot going in already? I believe it was. But how about that? Typical, so quick.
Rocking the pink car. It's a new decal for him.
This lobby, actually. Is it Reynolds again? You should let me do it. I could pause, but I don't really want the responsibility, to be honest. Game 2. Best of 7 this time. NRG taking the first match here. Full team goal taking the win. 2-1 in OT.
We are on Arsenal Cam over here, twitch.tv/Smellsworthless. Be covering all the player cams. And if you're the same 5 people that were in here earlier, you've heard me say this a lot. Sorry about that. But I'm assuming occasionally we get new viewers. Ooh, nice attempted bump there by Arsenal. I love the aggression. Bit of craziness.
Oh, that's so sick. This is just relentless from SSG, but no finishing touch just yet. NRG hold on.
Uh-oh.
I've said in the past, I think SSG defend a bit better than NRG. They counterattack a bit cleaner. I think just the mix-up and the adaptation from SSG impresses me more than NRG, who can be a bit one-dimensional at times. But maybe NRG have been working in the off-season. Maybe they've come up with new strats. Maybe they've come up with new play styles. I mean, they've off a good start here, but still a long way to go in this series.
Yes, indeed. The ball is going to trickle mid, and Reynolds taking his time, gets a change-up to go through. Love to see this a little bit closer here. I'm surprised that Garrett didn't save this. I think just Reynolds took his time enough, and Typical looking for a bump across the front of the goal there.
Yeah,
Easy
the bump
peasy.
just kept Justin away from it. Justin would have wanted to challenge that ball to, you know, relieve the pressure on Garrett, make it so that Garrett wouldn't have to come in for the challenge. So Rettles obviously had the ability to either, you know, turn that ball's direction or just keep it going the same way. But that pressure on the goal line from SSG has been extremely high already. Justin over to Arsenal's alone here, but he's done well. Collects a 50-50 after picking up the ball on the back wall. This is exactly how the first game started. SSG had a lead. They need to be careful here, or they, you know, they've got two options. Are they going to go for the pressure? It looks like they will try and add to this lead, or will they try and bait NRG towards them? I think the former is the smarter idea against NRG, who prefer to be running the show.
Big pass downfield. Is Arsenal going to get to it first? Fakes. And then turns away from the play, so I can't cast it.
And now he is picking up boosts in the back corner. Well, maybe something is happening.
It was one of them's. One of them's. Indeed.
Well, that's the beauty of player camcast, locked, fixed perspective. You get to really understand how a player plays. Notice what Arsenal's doing there. Every time that he comes into the box, he's going for a big play. NRG's shot stopping though. Holding strong still, but can they keep it up? You know, nobody even went up for that for SSG. They know that NRG have got the reads on the back wall, no problem.
Oh no, bump in the back corner here from Space Station, but it's gonna work out.
It's gonna work wonderfully.
Man, Arsenal and Rettles just bumping.
Oh dear.
Ridiculously over here in this other corner, and Sipical is smart enough to just pass it straight across for the booming long shot.
Yeah, did it come off Sipical? Because Squishy definitely had a big part to play in that one as well. Obviously the full NRG team, they weren't on the same page there. Squishy passing to the back post where nobody was waiting. 3-0. Arsenal quick on the recovery. NRG starting to fall apart here. Garrett needed to do more there. You can't just let that ball bounce into the middle like that.
That was a beautiful shot by Arsenal.
Yeah, going back the way he was coming, it was very nice.
Hits him on the near post. Well, I guess near post for Squishy. What do you call that? Would you call that near post or far post? Far post for Arsenal, near post for Squishy. Oh, he almost got the save.
Yeah, this is a good run back, but Garrett just stuck around to make sure. He was like, this could be a good 50-50, and it was. And Sipical, unfortunately, on the wrong side of the ball. NRG do get one. Hope for the former NA champions. And still, I mean, I'll be honest. When NRG are playing at their absolute peak, I think they may be still the best peak team in NA. The problem for them is that they've had so many problems with consistency, so many you know, chains of bad results this season compared to SSG. Yes, they've had some losses, but they're not one after another after another. Oh, that's beautiful. Sipical makes it 4. But look at this. Rettles.
Ooh. That's a good beat for Sipical. Nice pass from Rettles. SSG is looking probably the best they've looked today. You know, we've said it a couple times now. The good teams really bring it out of SSG. So even if you see them underperforming versus lower teams, doesn't mean they're not going to come out and play very well against a team like NRG.
And I think that, oh wow, double demo. That's Justin has no teammates briefly. I think NRG bring the absolute best out of SSG. NRG are the best team in NA besides Space Station. There's no real discussion on that. And I'll reiterate, I think the peak NRG might even be better. Oh, what a save, Sipical, and he's there for the second one as well. Wow. Space Station are just, you know, they're so consistently good. I think they always show up as a 9.5 out of 10, and then NRG, they might be a 10 one day or one game, but the next game they're a 6, and the next game they're a 5. Is a lot less consistent for them.
Nice chip and a block there in the corner from Arsenal to break up that play. He's got it on the backboard. Oh! Wow. Almost got the shot, but Squishy with the immaculate defense. I mean, NRG in general, just defense has been off the charts this series so far.
They've had some phenomenal shot stopping. The problem for NRG is that Space Station's bump game is just worlds above the NRG bump game. Every single time that any Space Station player lands near the NRG goal, they just make a beeline for all the goalkeepers.